I had my first official complaint. Just to share a couple of things with you. The first thing is the behind the moat key rings. The sun is literally there, so it's beaming down. This beautiful day here in Brighton. We've got people swimming in the sea, we've got some jet skis out. What I'm going to do now is do a spin shot. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Wednesday, which is the day after we launched the Mavic 4 Pro. Myself and the team have been really super busy. Quite a lot to cover in this video. The first thing is I've had my first official complaint. The official complaint was from my mother, who said I needed a haircut, so I went straight to the barber's last night and got my hair cut. I'm going to ask Dave to put the thumbnail picture of my hair. I've just been really busy, and I've also put a smart top on today for my mother. So Mum, if you're watching, I'm sorry. I do take note, I love you lots. The second thing to welcome back is Dave, our videographer. The video we put out yesterday was a bit rushed. We had literally 3 or 4 hours to do it. So pleased Dave's back, and that's really cool. We're going to take the Mavic 4 Pro out today together, spending a day on the road, going to some landmarks and some historic places to film. We are going to put the Mavic 4 Pro for its complete paces today, so I've set aside the whole day for that. And the other thing to mention is on Saturday we're going to have our first DJI Mavic 4 Discovery Day. It's from 11 till 2 o'clock at our head office in Chichester. I'm going to be here as well. I'm also going to be buying everyone lunch. So if you'd like to come down, meet me and the team, find out a lot more and actually see it, touch it, feel it, fly it in detail, we'd love to see you. Let's get on the road. We're off to Brighton. Just as we're checking the gear just before we leave, we're going to leave with 3 fully charged batteries. That gives just under 3 hours flight time. That is crazy. On the ND filter, which is a bit of a saga, a lot of people want ND filters from launch. I believe there's been a production problem. There's going to hopefully be 2 options. The first one's going to be a set of 4 ND filters that you can remove and pop on and just twist as the normal way with most DJI filters. But we believe these connectors here, and I'll get Dave to zoom in, we believe there is going to be an electronic ND filter that's going to be controlled by the scroll wheel, we hope. More about that in later videos, but at the moment we have no ND filters. Someone mentioned a bit of blurring every 4 or 5 seconds in one of the comments if you look at the previous video. I can only put that down to shutter speed being really high. Again, no ND filters. On a bright sunny day you have to put the shutter speed up really high. If you want to stop the motion blur, you need to put it on 25 frames a second, the shutter at 1/50th, and that will give you the best sort of settings to track moving objects. But anyway, let's get in the car. We're now well on our way to Brighton. Just to share a couple of things with you. The first thing is the behind the moat key rings. We've had 1,000 of these produced. This is batch 1. The idea is we're going to change them for each batch of 1,000. So if you have ordered for us and you are a subscriber, please do tick the little box at the checkout and we'll make sure we send you a behind the remote key ring. The second thing to share is Dave, our videographer, and I'm glad he's back to produce this video for us and you. He has quite an expensive Sony camera and it has quite an expensive lens on as well. So what we're going to do in Brighton is we're going to do some comparison tests with the Mavic 4 Pro in different modes, and we're going to put both cameras side by side, and I'll ask Dave to crop into as much as 400% just to see what the Mavic 4 Pro camera compares to a high-end DSLR Sony camera. We're just coming into Brighton. It's a beautiful day. The sat-nav's saying about 2.8 miles away from the pier. Our first location is going to be the Brighton Pier, and we're going to use the different lenses. This video will be output in 4K because that's all we can really do on YouTube. They have got higher settings that we can export at, but for today's video that you're going to be watching will all be in 4K. So some of the shots will be in 6K downscales or squeezed into 4K. And then once we've done the pier, we plan on filming the i360, which is now back in action. So really looking forward to this one. As I say, we're now 2.5 miles away. Let's get parked up, find a safe takeoff location, and let's see what we can get. Just walking down from the car, it's amazing actually how light this bag is and how comfortable it is. We're now on location 1. This is opposite Brighton Pier. As I say, we're going to get some shots of the pier, testing the different lenses. The other thing that I have done today is I haven't worn sunglasses. I purposely want to see how bright this 2000 nit screen is and how easy it is to use. The sun is literally there, so it's beaming down. This beautiful day here in Brighton. We've got people swimming in the sea, we've got some jet skis out. Really interesting place, Brighton. So let's put the drone up, and there's a boat coming past now, speedboats. It's going to be really interesting. What I'm going to do for this flight is just leave it in automatic mode, just to show you what anyone can get with no real camera knowledge at all. So let's have a quick check around us. Let's get this drone in. Let's get the drone in the air. Let's press record. Let's see if I can adjust the EV value. So that's in automatic mode, but you can still control the EV value. Let me tap the screen to make sure we've got it in focus. And let's just have a roll to the left to see how this comes out. And again, this is filming in 6K, 25 frames per second. Drone's only 300 meters away. Screen is so clear. It's a huge improvement. Let's just change angle again. So we've got the i360. Let's just come back a little bit. The drone is so easy to see. And let's go to the left again. This is on the wide setting. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to change to 2.5 times. So someone said in the comments that you can change to 2.5 times. Has that changed? Yeah, they're great. So 2.5 times. That's still at 6K as well. Let's just tap the screens to make sure we've definitely got it in focus. And DJI officially confirmed yesterday that this can also be used with the Mini 4 Pro and the Air 3S and the Air 3. And this latest and greatest is using OcuSync 4. Absolutely beautiful. I'm just going to cut the file there. So that's 4 minutes of recording. I'm now going to go on 6 times. So that's 6 times. And everyone's really interested in this 6 times zoom, just to see how good it is and if it's usable. So let's see if I can find some action. Let's see if I can find some action on the pier. Pier seems pretty quiet at the moment. Okay, let's tap to focus and let's just go to the left. Just to see how usable the telephoto lens is. The telephoto lens has now gone down from 6K to 4K, so you can't film at 6K on the telephoto, but you can film at 4K. The screen's looking absolutely brilliant. What I want to do now is cut that file, go back into wide, which is one, and let's come back and let's fly down here. But what we can then do is see how good it is at zooming into the town. So that's pushing forward on the wide. So that's in 6K 25. Let's now just stop that file and go 2 times. Tap the screen to focus. We're now going to punch in at 2 times. And then let's break that file there, and then let's go in at 6 times just to see how good that is. You can literally see through windows with this 6 times. It's incredible. And I'm hoping it looks nice on the screen. That looks stunning. So again, tap to focus on the screen. I always tap to focus. It's a bit of a bit of a habit that I can't get out of, but when you're changing focal length, it's always good just to double tap, just to make sure it's doubly focused. And let's go on there. Let's have a roll on the Brighton Pier sign. And then we'll hold that there, and then let's go 6 times on the Brighton Pier sign. That is incredible. That's dropped back down to 4K now. And let's just go very, very smoothly to the right. That looks to me more than usable for production. And with the Mavic 3 Pro, the telephoto was never very good. This is outstanding. Okay, that's cool. So let's just break that file there. There's quite a lot of activity with seagulls, so let's pop it down, pop it back there. Let's just fly out. So we're on wide now. Let's get a nice wide shot of the pier. Coming up to 400 feet. Sorry, let's go up to 400 feet. So that's coming up to all my max distances. And swing around to the left, that's all my max distances. And there we have Brighton Pier. With the i360 in the background and with Brighton Town and the i360. Absolutely beautiful day in Brighton. So while I'm in a hover here, I'm just going to break the file and show you 2 times from exactly the same hover. So again, the drone is at 400 feet. Let's just break that file. Let's go 2.5 times. Tap to focus again. I'm not going to move the camera at all, I just want to show you what the difference is between 2.5 times. Let's give you 10 seconds or so video footage of that. And then I'm going to break the file and I'm going to go 6 times. And let's give you 10 seconds on that as well, just so you can see what the video quality is like at 1, 2.5 and 6 times. Really impressive. What I'm more impressed with is the battery is still on 71%, which is absolutely bonkers, giving me a predicted flight time of 79 minutes. We've already been in the air for a long time. Unbelievably good. Battery life is something that really, really stands out like instantly. It's not something you would notice over 2 or 3 months. You would notice the battery life extension the actual day you pick the drone up. Okay, so let's come back, see what else we can find. Always the way, there's no boats, there's no jet skis, and there is no swimmers at the moment. So let's come back. Need to come to Brighton more. I can see a boat in the distance. So just to give you an idea, we're standing here, or we're hovering here, and we've got a boat in the distance. Let's just break that file and put 6 times. And all of a sudden you can see the boat, and that boat is way out at sea. So now I've got the boat way out at sea, and I'm using the 6 times zoom. Is it tracking it? Not active track, I don't want that. Spotlight. And the boat's turned again. But that boat you can hardly see with your eyes, and I can now see it very, very clearly with the 6 times zoom. And he looks like he's having a right bit of fun out there. The water's so calm today. I don't know if you can draw around the screen. So I've got spotlight. That's too far away. So I'm just in a hover at 6 times zoom, tracking the boat that you can hardly see with your own eyes. Okay, so that's giving quite a good example of the cameras here. So a really, really quick tracking shot of the man with his blue rucksack walking down the pier with his bag of chips. We're now en route to location 2, which is the i360. Purpose of the first flight was just to basically put everything in automatic mode, just to show you that anyone with no skill can get that type of quality. Absolutely amazing. Looks great on the screen. Can't wait for Dave to put it into the edit. Here we are, this is the exciting one. This is location 2, which is the i360 in Brighton. I think it's 162 metres high, so we certainly won't be flying over the top of it. Obviously, we're going to be keeping our distance away. We've also got the old pier to film as well. So this particular shoot, we're going to film in pro mode. We haven't got any filters, so the shutter's going to be a lot higher than it should be. But let's see what we can get. We're going to film in D-Log, and then Dave in edit can show you what D-Log can be done in post-production when we grade. The i360 is currently down at the moment, so we're going to pop the drone up now. There's some paddle boarders a couple of 100 metres out to sea. Let's test the AI function to see if we can track them. Then let's get some footage of the old pier, and then hopefully by then the i360 will be going up, and let's get some footage. All this is going to be shot in D-Log and 6K or 4K. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to show you what automatic mode does. It does everything for you automatically. Pop it in pro mode, all of a sudden it's really, really overexposed. So we're going to touch down here. Let's just pop auto shutter for a second. So it's showing that if we're filming at 25 frames a second, the shutter should normally be at 1/50th, but this is showing we're at 1/16,000, and that means the shutter's going like absolute crazy to stop the light coming in. Again, filters are on the way. We will let everyone know when the filters are here. But at the moment, I can adjust the shutter on the wheel. That's in D-Log. That's looking there or thereabouts. 1/600th. Okay, what we can now do is go into the settings and turn on color assistant, I saw. Color display assistant, and there you go. So what that's done is that's given me like a Rec 709 LUT built onto the assistant, so we can expose from what it looks like, but deep down, that is what the image is going to be. So it's going to come straight from the sensor, straight to the SD card, with no internal colour into the footage. Okay, perfect. So let's press record. We're going to pop the drone up, and we're going to fly out to the paddle boards and use the AI function. So let's just hover around there. Let's pop down here. Let's tap on the paddle boarders. So that's the old Brighton Pier. Let's just stop there, and then let's put that on 2.5 times. Let's just change the camera a bit. Let's just bring the exposure up just a touch. Just go around to the left, and then let's stop here, and then let's pop that on 6 times, and let's show you what the details are. Let's try and lighten it up a little bit. Trying to expose the metal a bit more. And record. And round to the left. And a tiny bit of left stick to the right. Let's cut the file there. Let's go out to 1x. That's what we can see at the moment. Let's just look at the exposure again. Sunlight's literally bang over me. And tap the screen to get focus, and we're just going to fly directly to the old pier. What I'm going to do now is do a spin shot. The settings, which are here, we're going to click on the wheel and we're going to go to master shots and rotate. Okay, here we go. So I've clicked rotate. We're now going to press start, and here we go. Probably the first ever spin shot on the old Brighton Pier. This looks much better, much more distance. Beautiful. Wonderful. So it must judge the distance as well. I've now got some jet skis, so I'm going to now put it into 2.5x. Pop the drone up. Let's come off the jet skis and let's focus on the i360, which is what we're here to do. Wow, look at that. Let's adjust the exposure down a little bit because it looks a bit hot. So this is 4K 25. So let's angle there. Tap to focus on the bubble. And I'm going to try and speed match the i360 going up. So that still maybe look a little bit hot on the buildings. Let's just tone that down a little bit. So that's 2.5x. The drone's way away from it. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull away and I'm going to see if I can do a point of interest flying past it. So let's get the drone around this way. Let's see if we can have a roll round on the i360 as it continues to go up. So pop that there as a point of interest. And let's go have a roll around that to the right. So the drone's keeping the i360 centre frame. I'm just using the right stick to roll around on it. Let's do a point of interest on that, press record, and let's just have a roll around that to the right. Keeping that in frame. So that's brilliant, so I hope that looks good. Let's pull out now. So let's press record. And let's just fly along here. Really, really impressive. And the i360 is still making its way to the top. What I want to do now is I want to drop a load of altitude and just to show you what the gimbal can do, because I believe it's at 70 degrees, Dave, the gimbal pops up.
I think it's 70 degrees.
70 degrees it pops up.
Yeah.
So that's really, really cool. We're now on Dave's iPhone because we set up our little experiment here. We've got Dave's super duper camera, and again here, put the specs on the screen now. We've got the new Mavic 4 Pro, both in full power mode. If Dave's going to ping the camera around, we've set them to exactly the same focal length. And we're both going to press record. And what we need to know now, Dave's going to overlay them on the screen. So Dave's going to give you 5 or 10 seconds of one, 5 or 10 seconds of the other, and you need to decide which one you think's best. Bearing in mind that's a £3,000 drone versus, is it 6,000, Dave?
Well, the camera is 3.5.
£3,500 camera.
The lens on top is another, well, 1,500.
So, you know, £5,000 camera. If you've enjoyed this video, thank you very, very much. We do put lots of effort into our videos. Please subscribe because we've got loads more to come. See you on the next video.